Hey there, this is Daniel from the Southwest Florida Real Estate Channel. This is going to be a video on the Treasury. The first Secretary of the Treasury was Alexander Hamilton. And what he did is he fought a lot with a guy named Thomas Jefferson. And so these guys were, they'd spent a lot of time in Spain, other parts of Europe. And what they wanted was these things in our economy called a mill. And what happened is we got a dollar. Imagine a dollar, a dime, a penny, and then you got a mill. Mill is 1/1000th of a dollar. They didn't end up getting a mill very successful in our economy in general. They tried it and then quit after a couple of years, but we still use mill rates for figuring out property taxes. So anyway, what the Treasury does is they print and borrow money. After they've printed and borrowed money, what they do, under the Federal Reserve System that was created about 100 years ago, is they take the money and they give it to the members of the Federal Reserve, and then the Federal Reserve takes the money and sells it to other banks, and other banks take the money and sell it to you, and they do so at what we call a prime rate. Prime rate, what that means is you're getting the prime, the best current interest rate. There's also a subprime market. But basically, if you think about the Treasury, is they are the source of the money in the capital and the money in this country. They're also the source of money around the world. It used to be Richard Nixon took us off of what was called the gold standard in the late 1970s, and up until that point, they could only print as much money as there was. The people talk about how much gold there is in Fort Knox. Well, now people talk about that. All the gold in Fort Knox is there's chocolate in there, or we've taken it and we sold it to China or whatever. But anyway, the point being, the gold isn't the big deal anymore. So how do we get away with this? Well, our Treasury continues to print. When I say get away with this, we continue to print and borrow money at a pretty good clip. And why do we get away with this and continue to maintain our value? Well, it's very easily arguable we used to be the gold standard and that now we're the petro standard. The U.S. dollars are used to purchase oil all around the world, and that's the biggest reason we continue to be the reserve currency of the world. Reserve currency means holding those dollars as having a protected and high quality value. So that's the basics of the Treasury system in context of real estate.